We are on a kayak camping trip along the Everglades Wilderness Waterway, a 100-mile trip through the creeks, rivers, bays, and mangrove islands within Everglades National Park. Day 8 sees us leaving Darwin's place and heading to Crooked Creek Chickee. We had the wind and the tide with us most of the day, so after lunch at Crooked Creek, rather than spending the night there as planned, we decided to push forward to the finish line. This 21-mile day culminated our epic journey along the 100-mile Everglades Wilderness Waterway. And we are leaving Darwin's place. Everybody is packed and ready to go. It's what, 7:40?
7:45.
7:45. We are off and running, and we have marker number 87 telling us the way ahead. We just had a short day yesterday, and it was so relaxing because normally we get there to the campsite, we're exhausted from pedaling all day, we get set up, have dinner, then the mosquitoes come out and we got to duck into the tent. So we really haven't had a lot of downtime. But last night we were able to relax quite a bit, or yesterday afternoon, and we were able to get out and get some fishing, and we really enjoyed the fishing. It's nice to get out there and catch a few. That's one of the reasons we came out here. So yesterday was a good day. And right now you can see the wind has not picked up yet. It's not going to be as bad today, according to the weather forecast. But we got a good early start and a nice day. Passing 88. Again, several markers right in a row here, showing us the way through the mangrove. And we are entering Chevalier Bay. Beautiful out this morning. Perfect temperature right now. Beautiful water. Mangrove Island. And right off that point is our next marker. Right over there is marker 91, which looks to be missing. There's a post but no sign. So we're going to head straight up there. That should be Chevalier Point ahead, which would be marker 93. So here's 97. Hello, bird. How are you this morning? And over there, right beyond my kayaking comrades, is Chevalier Point. 99. Getting close to the 100 marker. This is the northern section of the Chatham River that we are crossing. We've spotted a couple of pods of dolphin this morning. Oh, hey, just flipped for us a little bit. Wonder if he's feeding over there. Look at that wake he's making. Look at that. That's so cool. There he goes. That's kind of what they did the other day when we were in that narrow channel. But they zipped through, and they were only about 4 or 5 feet from us, and the wake was a lot bigger. There it is, marker 101. We are now in the hundreds. We still have a long ways to go. And we are entering last Houston Bay. So we should be exiting last Houston Bay and coming up on Houston Bay. Waterways go so many different directions. It's hard to tell when you're going to be with the tide or against the tide. So we look at these posts and you can see that the water is going around that post and tells us that we are riding with the tide right now. 105. Houston Bay is pretty big. We're still cruising through. Here we are at 107. And the tide is still in our favor. Well, this is interesting. There's nothing on my map about what this is. It does not go back into the island there. It's just out here on the water. The owls to keep away seagulls, perhaps. But it looks like it's got a fresh coat of paint. It's in pretty good shape. Very interesting. Little cabin out here on the water. Finally making it out of Houston Bay. It's a big bay, but we took a little bit of a detour to see that cool little cabin they have over there. It'd be great to have a place like that. Come out here, spend a week just fishing around. They should Airbnb that place. And I think the thing that really has surprised us the most is the amount of fish activity at night when we're sleeping. But again, last night at Darwin's place, the fish were popping all night long. But it's just hard to get out of that tent to go out there and fish. And it's one thing, you can cover up to go fish at night, but every time you open that tent door, mosquitoes just fly in, and you're dealing with it all night long. So once we get in the tent and mosquitoes come out, we just don't want to open the tent doors. So we miss the opportunity for some night fishing. But at the same time, we're pretty tired at the end of the day. So probably getting our rest is a good idea. But man, the fish were popping again last night. It's crazy. There's marker 109 over there. Marker 110. And the tide is still in our favor. All right, marker 112. A lot of boat traffic so far today. Well, how's it feel to be in Oyster Bay?
Nice. Clammy.
It is pretty clammy today.
But it's overcast.
I can't even get my sunglasses to dry out. They've got some mist on the lenses. I can barely see out of them. It's so humid today. One of the things that makes it challenging to navigate out here is we can see a marker way up there against the trees. The map shows that there's a channel going through there, but all we see is a barrier of mangrove trees. We can't see any way through until you get much, much closer. So just to be out here and look for the path, the waterway through is just not possible because everything kind of blends together. All these mangrove islands blend together and it just looks like a barrier. But once we get up there, then we'll be able to see a little bit better which way to go. Marker 113 and marker 114 means we say goodbye to Oyster Bay. And that is what we have in front of us all the way up until we get to Sunday Bay. Hello, bird. It's like a blue heron.
Video of us pumping.
All right, Wilderness Waterway 115. And off we go through this little maze of channels as we work our way up to Sunday Bay. We're at 119, starting to sprinkle a little bit, but we have really gotten lucky with the tides today. We're excited about it. So we're averaging about 3 miles per hour today. So certainly better than the 1.3 we were averaging the first couple of days. Wilderness Waterway, marker 120, and welcome to Sunday Bay.
Woo! Woo!
Here we are in the middle of Sunday Bay with a very slight drizzle coming down. Very overcast skies, no sun, not much wind, but certainly a beautiful place to be. Little bird up on the sign today, chilling. Enjoying this little drizzle we've got going on. 121. I'll see if I can move away so I don't bother the bird. All right, 123. So we're getting closer to the exit of Sunday Bay. Right up ahead. All right, here's marker 125. This is where we turn, start going down Crooked Creek. And it looks like it's pretty close to slack tide right now. You can see there's just not much movement around that post. Here we are cruising down Crooked Creek, and we're going to veer off to the right and go check on the Crooked Creek Chickie. If it's not crowded, maybe we'll stop and have lunch. Right, there's marker 126 pointing us down the Lopez River, but again we're going to stop at Crooked Creek. We should be around the corner up here ahead. It's really shallow here. See the sandbar over there? Oh, I'm scraping ground. All right. Time to turn the camera off. There's something in the water right behind the kayak making a ripple. We've watched it, trying to figure out what it is. But I can't see it. All right, so here we are at Crooked Creek. Oh, it's a manta ray. Look.
Manta
That's
ray.
what
Right.
Renee was saying.
Yeah.
Yep,
Manta
it's a
ray.
ray or
beautiful.
stingray. There he goes.
Sweet.
All right, so here we are at Crooked Creek Chicky. And we are going to have a little bit of lunch. Crooked Creek Chicky, thank you for a few minutes to stretch our legs. Off on our final run now to get to Everglades City at Everglades National Park. Well, we're hoping to catch the outgoing tide as we go down the Lopez River, but the tide table we had didn't go all the way to today. So we're trying to guess. We thought it'd be around 2 o'clock. It's actually not until 4 o'clock. So we will be against the tide the entire way down the Lopez River. But we've had a good day so far, so I think we can handle it. Okay, so right there is the Lopez River campsite. And we are still cruising. Got a little bit of a headwind. It's not bad, but with the headwind and the tide, we've slowed our pace to somewhere around maybe 2 miles an hour, according to our GPS units. But we've got plenty of time. We'll be okay. We're still cruising down the Lopez River. Certainly slowing us down a little bit. Our average miles per hour has decreased from 3 down to 2.5 in this stretch. So definitely slowing down. Okay, we've made it to the junction of the Chokoloskee Bay and the Lopez River. And way up there, we can see civilization, which should be Chokoloskee Island. Right now we're in the middle of Chokoloskee Bay. See, the overcast is gone. We got blue skies and some white clouds. So it's turning into a pretty day. See some dolphins there. You know, all these rivers and bays are really good habitat, I guess, for the dolphins to get in and round up some fish and have a meal. These Carolina skiffs that they have right here actually have the Smallwood store written on the side of them, like they might be either rental boats or boats they take tourists out on. Smallwood Store Boat Tour. That is on the west side of Chokoloskee Island. This is a Smallwood store. We're stopping by and see what they have here. They at least have a table shaped like a watermelon. Well, we stopped at the Smallwood store to get a Diet Coke, but they wanted $5 to walk into the store. So we decided against. I guess they got a museum in there as well or something. So we were just moseying on. We didn't really want to spend the time to walk through a museum today. This is the entrance to the Parkway Hotel and Marina. You can see they've got bait, ice, tackle, snacks, cold beer. Plan ahead, might be able to take advantage of some of this. We are going to keep going. All right, so we passed Chokoloskee Island. We're back into Chokoloskee Bay, and we can see our destination way up ahead. So the end is in sight. Okay, we are at marker 130 of the Wilderness Waterway, which is the very last marker of the Wilderness Waterway. We're almost there, folks. I started planning this trip probably a year ago. And I did a lot of planning. I did research. I had maps and GPS apps. And I figured out our route, and I checked it twice or 3 times. I had it all set up on Gaia GPS. I set it up on EarthMate, which is the Garmin app that goes with my Garmin InReach Mini. I used Google Maps. I called the ranger's office at Everglades National Park several times asking questions. everything was looking good, and then about a month ago, I ended up in the hospital, emergency room with pneumonia. They admitted me. I spent 3 nights in the hospital with pneumonia. The doctors and nurses trying to get me back to good health. But I made the trip. They got me back. The journey is done. We started 8 days ago in Flamingo, Everglades National Park, Flamingo. And 100 miles later, we are at Everglades National Park, Gulf Coast Visitor Center, and Everglades City. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a check mark next to one of my bucket list items. 100 miles, and we are done. There it is, we did it, 100 miles.
Woo!
Let's head home.
Pack them up.